Hello friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well, and this is Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. I am working on a journal where I thought I would use this piece of little sewing, crochet, hats, scarves, and mittens instruction booklet. It's just these 2 pages right here, no like inside pages, but I really like the inside, but I really like the outside pictures here. So I thought I would go ahead, and the way I would use this is to make this kind of almost this whole thing into journaling cards. So first of all, I'm going to cut it apart. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. And this may be parts of several journals, but I wanted to go ahead and start getting this ready for my current journal and that I'm working on and future journals. So I want to even use this little top piece here. So I want to cut this into, I really like the, let's see, when is this from? This is from, let me see if there's a copyright here. Let's see, I cut that off the top so it wouldn't be there. Here, oh, here it is. Let's see if I can see. It's very fine print here, but it's basically looks like 1958 or maybe 1958. I don't know. It looks more like 70s though. So let me see. Anyway, I will try to read that later. Let's see, 50, 65, 68, 1968. So that's close to the 70s. So that's what it is, 1968. Wow. So, yes, I've had this in my stash for a while. I have a bunch of sewing stuff in my closet. If you watch my reorganization videos, you know exactly where they are, right? I showed you in those videos, and that was the first thing, one of the first things I organized in my craft room was my closets. So, yep, there's a bunch of books in there. But yeah, so this could be something, Now here's the stamp of, like a rubber stamp of where it came from. It's kind of worn off, so I can't see the whole thing. But originally was 35 cents. But I like the font on here, that 50s, or it's actually 70s, more of a 70s font, this too. And then, so let's cut this one. And so I'm going to cut these pieces apart first and try to get an even little frame around this piece. Yeah, I just love that font on there. So I thought that was so cool. Fashion Ready to Make by Columbia Minerva. So, and then these two are all very cool looking models here with their little crocheted hats and scarves. So let's cut this apart. Let's see. Let me see the border here. So there's kind of a thin border over here. So I'm gonna cut it right in the middle first of all, so I can get this apart, and then worry about my border here. So I can go ahead and cut this down now that I can see what I'm doing. So it's going to be a thin border because I have to cut this down the middle. So let's make this thin over here. Too. I might have to cut it again, but we'll see. Just trying to get it all even here so I can cut a straight line. Okay. So let's see, I like the numbers up here and the names above these scarves and the different, there's numbers, and there's like, this says helmet, this says reversible cloche and ribbed sea cap. So yeah, I like those names. If I can keep those, I would like that. I think that would be neat to keep the descriptions, just because, you know, I didn't know those hats had different names, really. I mean, sometimes I know they do, but I never heard of some of these. Ribbed sea cap, you know. So very cool. So let's cut this one down the middle. So on this one the names are above, on this one the names are below. I think that's really cool looking, like a little label. Okay, let's cut this this girl, oops, sorry, that was loud. It's too bad they cut this girl's head, head halfway off there, but I didn't do it, they did it. So she was probably like, what? On model, and they cut my face off. That wasn't nice. But yeah, she looks young. Maybe that's why they did it. She's too young to be a model. She didn't have permission at 16 or whatever, 15. Who knows? Okay, so we're going to cut this one down the middle here. Trying to get all my everything squared off there and straight. Okay, so this, let's cut this down first, so I don't have to do that twice. Make this a little thin frame here. There we go. Same with this. So, there we go. Let's see if that looks even. So yeah, this is just a little craft with me, so continue on with whatever you're doing and while we're chatting and having a little craft session here of making journaling cards. I'm going to cut this bottom piece off a little bit and just keep the title there of the mittens and scarf set, and then we'll cut that down the middle of this little, between these two. So see, we have a lot of journaling cards in no time at all, but I'm going to back them so that they have writing space on the back. And then they can, oh, I cut the, well, I'm going to keep that. I didn't mean to cut that description off of those two, off of that one. I don't know why I did that. But, there we go. Okay. I can always glue it under, right? Okay, so, yeah, I want to back these, and I have this paper here, so it's blank, and I wanted to use some color instead of just file folder like I usually do, so I thought these would be pretty on some color. So this girl has a gold hat. I have gold scrapbook paper, but it's got a floral design on it, so I want plain. This one has blue in it, so that'll be pretty on there. So I'm just going to go with it like that, and I can actually leave a little frame or put it right like that, which at this one, since it doesn't match the gold, like exactly or anything, I'm not going to, in fact, let me go ahead and glue it down first. Yeah, but I'm not going to have a frame since it doesn't, match that gold exactly. It'll just be pretty paper on the back for writing when I stick it in a pocket or something. So, or clip it onto a page, maybe. We'll see where it ends up. Okay, maybe I'll glue all these down and then cut them out. So this one has gold on it too. Let's see, do I have green here? I have pink, blue. I didn't get green out, but this can go on here too. I'll put that one right down there. So yeah, easy little craft today. I can add some fabric to these later if I want. I'm not decided on that yet. I kind of like them just like this. I may round the corners on some of them. Now this is the one I cut the little title off. Let's see if I want to put it back on there. I think I'm going to leave it off. I think I like it like that. Just a little, kind of like a portrait almost of these models right here. It looks really neat. That was a good mistake there that I made. Okay, so let's see. There's another yellow one here. Let's go ahead and put this one over here. It will fit, so make the most use out of this piece of paper so I don't have too many scraps. I'll glue this right down here in this corner. And then this one, okay, so that's not going to fit at all. This girl, oh, this is another one, but no, these aren't going to fit. Okay, let's see what else we have here that we can fit on here. We can fit one of these on here, or two of these. So either or, that might be the best use of it right there. Do we want a border on any of these? I could make a border on these down here and on these, a little border. I think I might do that. Let's try a border on this one of the yellow. Just want to make sure I get up in the corners there. Okay, so a border, we're leaving a border here. Talking to myself so I don't forget. Okay, and now this one, I just want to make sure I don't want to put this one on a different color. I do have enough, just barely really to make a border. I might put this on another color anyway. So let's, before we cut this out, well, let's go ahead and cut this out. Let's see what it looks like. So these two down here, I don't think I'm going to leave a border on either. So let's see how we do here. There we go. So pretty quick to cut those out. And we have instant journaling cards. Really cute. Really cute. I don't think I'm going to round the corners on this one. These two. Let's see what else we have here. So this little piece here. So cute. Yeah, we're leaving a border here. And this one we're not leaving a border. So let's go ahead and cut this off. This one I think I might round the corners though. Whoops. It's got a little white frame around it though. And if I cut into that with the corner rounder, it won't be cutting through the white frame, so it will be a little weird to me anyway. So I think I'm not going to cut. I am not going to make round corners on that one either. Let's see, the ones I have done are over here. And in this one we're leaving a little frame. So let's cut our frame here. And then here. Okay. Cute. I like it. It's like a little label. Looks like a little label, like a clothing label. I think. I could punch a little hole in there. I think I'll do it right now. Let's do it. Make it look like a little clothing label. Like it was hanging on our jeans or something, or on our crochet hat that we bought at the store. So what do I need? I need a string. I could put twine in there, or I happen to have my baker's twine out right behind me. Let me grab it. Let's put a color. So we've got yellow. Let's see, I've got some yellow and white baker's twine in here. Here's some at the top. Yeah, here's one I've been using. I've used some of, okay. So let's grab a piece of that. I think that will look cute. All right, and the other one, actually we'll do the same thing, but we'll put it on a, well, I need more than that. But put it on a different color, and I might use a different hole punch there. So let's see, let's put this in like this. Yeah, cute. I didn't know I was going to make a tag. I thought I was going to make all journaling cards, didn't I? And this ended up looking like a little clothing tag. Isn't that cute? It's simple, but I think it's super cute. And so that I'm going to put in our done pile. And so this is a little scrap. So let's go to the blue now. Alright, so this, I'm going to wait because it's a small piece. Let's get the bigger pieces down first. And this has this has blue in it, so I'm going to start with this one. And I have more cardstock I could go grab, but I kind of just pulled these out, so I'm going to challenge myself just to use what I have here. Except for I'm going to go probably grab a hole punch for that other tag. So we need to get that done. Okay, so that'll fit there. That looks really pretty with the blue hat, doesn't it? Okay, so let's see. There's another blue hat girl here, I'm sure. Yes, there's two of each. Here's the other one. Oh, let's do that one. Okay, I think I got all my corners there. Okay, I'll put this one down in this corner. Is that the best use? Yeah. It'll be alright. Okay, Okay, whoops, I pushed that over a little bit. Let's push it back over before it's too late. It's too late. No, pretty much got it back over there. Okay, and then this little piece here. All right. So that is going here again with a little frame around it. All right, and then let's see what we have left. We have these two, this one, and still have these two right here too. And now these could end up being looking like the same thing, little clothing tags. If I do it right, I might cut the price tag off and try to make it more like a clothing tag, since that one turned out so cute. So these aren't going to really fit over here. So let's go for these. And like I said, let's cut a little bit of that off and make it even with the bottom there. That little, you know, kind of right here space. Okay, so let's glue this down now. Okay, can we get to, I want to make a little frame around it, so I'll leave some space here, but I'm not going to be able to get both of them on here. So we are going to have to go ahead and cut these out. So let's cut these two out here. The two pictures. Huh. This one is so much smaller. Okay, I guess it was smaller. See? Got a little piece there I need to cut off. Maybe the one was the front and one was the back, so I guess the back probably was smaller. Okay, there's that one. So that's done. Got our pretty writing space on the back. And then this one. And I got a nice piece of scrap there. Got this little extra off here. There we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, now our little clothing tags that we're making, apparently. So let's make a little border around this here. Whoops, I didn't cut it all the way through. Grab my scissors and finish that off there. Okay, now let's concentrate on this one. See if we can get this right. Not like that. Okay, so that's going to be one. And I didn't mean to cut that so thin, but since we cut that thin, we're going to cut the other side thin. And then we might make a little bit wider border on the sides. Another nice scrap there. And then, yeah, a little wider on the side. Not wide, but wider than that. So, yeah, just something like that. So it has a little pretty border, and I'm going to get I might use both. Well, I don't want to cut the words off here. So this one I'll use my regular hole punch. Let me grab it. What did I do with it? I put it right here. Okay, so put it at the top here. I'm going to call this the top. Okay, so, and then I'm going to grab my other one for this. Let me grab it right here. And this little one, I've showed it to you before, but I think it just would look cute with this little punch right here. Try to get it in the middle. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so this one I'm going to use some light blue. I have some light blue. I'm just using it. Actually, it's right here. Some light blue baker's twine. And I've been trying to remember, and I'll have to go back and do it on that other one, but I'm trying to remember to tie a knot in the bottom, or I mean in the ends of my baker's twine so it doesn't come unwound. I haven't had it come unwound, but I just can see it happening, so I can see it happening. So I've been tying knots in the ends here like this, just little knot, or you could even tie two ends together to make a loop, you know, kind of thing, if you wanted to. I'm just going to tie knots in the ends, so something like that. No big deal, but there we go. That's cute, and it's a little tag, and you've got writing space on the back. So the idea came out of this crafting session here, that we were making little clothing tags, little tags that look like clothing tags, I think. So this one has this different, I'm going to grab a different ribbon. Let me look around for a second. I'll be right back. I have a little container here in my craft room. If you watch, again, I know I keep mentioning it, but in my craft room reorganization, I made this little container for my scrap ribbons. So I'm going to see if I can find something in here. Here's a little black ribbon. I was going to do light blue, but I have a light blue in here, but it's kind of almost the same. I could probably get away with it, but I think I'm going to use this little black one and just put it through there. Like, it looks like, I mean, all of these ribbons are scrap ribbons because they are used. Like, I took them, most of them off of something. Like, I don't know, you just get ribbons on things. If you ever notice, if you start collecting your ribbons off of things, you'll notice like a lot of things come with little pieces of ribbon on them. And so I just, you know, whenever I see one, I claim it and bring it and put it in my scrap ribbon box. So yeah, there we go. There's our next little clothing tag. And it's even cool to put a used one on there because it looks like it even looks like it came from a piece of clothing, you know what I mean? Like it's been in the store, maybe it's been tried on a couple times and the ribbon's not, or the tag's not perfect anymore. So we have a couple more here. Push this stuff out of the way. A couple more pieces to glue down. So let's see if we can finish. I've got a last piece of cardstock that I pulled out here, or I have two more pieces of pink, but I think I'll be fine. Like, because I decided that I wasn't letting the cardstock show around these, like the ones that have the models on them. So it's just basically pretty cardstock covering the back for writing space. So what are you working on today? Let me know if you're crafting with me, or if you're, you know, at work. Maybe you're on a lunch break. Maybe you're falling asleep at night. Maybe you're cleaning your house. You know, maybe you're organizing something. It's always fun to hear what you're doing while you're watching my videos. So I'm glad to keep you company and have a little voice in the background while you're doing whatever you're doing. And hopefully, maybe you're being inspired too, if I can talk. Okay, so putting these kind of close together because I'm not having a border on these, but also trying to get the most that I can on here. It looks like I'm going to have to use one more piece. Oh, unless it'll fit down here. Oh yeah, it will. Okay, good. Yeah, awesome. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I won't have to break into that other piece. Okay, we'll get to cut this one up too. Our 1968 sewing little pamphlet here. I've had this for a while. I don't know how long it's been in there, but probably at least a year in my closet, so no more. Glad to be using up some pieces here and there in the last few things that I've made, and plan to continue that through this year so I can not be overwhelmed. I'm not overwhelmed now. I've got it reorganized. I never was overwhelmed. I just needed to, I didn't know I needed to reorganize actually until I started reorganizing, and then I was like, wow, I really needed to reorganize that, you know what I mean? It all started with the collab with Susan. She actually had to kind of talk me into it because I thought, oh, my craft room is already organized. What do I need to do? You know what I mean? Isn't that funny? And now I've been reorganizing my craft room for 6 months. So it's all Susan's fault. No, I'm so glad she talked me into it, and you know, I'm so glad because it's so much better now, and I reminded me of everything that I have in here and what I need to use. Oh, that's not going to work. Let's see. I can, well, let me cut this out, little one out here first. This one down here in the corner, because if I go all the way up, oh, I guess it'll be all right there. Yeah. Okay. I thought I was going to be cutting off too much of that one, but it's not. Okay, even though this girl is missing part of her face, that's the way they made it, so I'm not going to worry about it. That's the way they had it, so that's the way it's going to be. And so this is another tag, clothing tag. So let's cut a nice little border around that. And I'm glad to be using some. I don't use plain cardstock very much because I always, you know, my go-to is my file folders. So it's kind of nice to be using this pretty colored cardstock for once. So yeah, I don't have a lot of cardstock. I don't think I've ever bought cardstock, colored cardstock, like in a craft store or whatever at Walmart or anywhere. I've always found it at thrift stores. The only cardstock I ever bought at a store was one time I found some craft cardstock at Joann's on clearance, and they had a whole table set up with packs and packs and packs of craft colored cardstock, and I was like, well, yes please. I can use that. And I still have it. I've used a lot of it, and I still have some of that I bought like quite a few years ago now. Okay, let's see. Felt like I cut too much off of that one. I think I did, but it'll be all right. And let's cut this. So we're going to get this all done, I think. All right, that. This one here. Let me move that over a little bit because I don't want to cut the white off. I want that like a little frame. And then this one I think I'm going to cut with my scissors because otherwise I think I'm going to cut too much of the white off because it's kind of a crooked line there. So I'm just going to cut it there with my scissors. Here too, I've got a very, very slender sliver here. Okay, so that one's done. Let's do our last, this one. Should we try it with the other? Let's see if we could. I mean, this is a small slot. And so let's see what we can do here. Even though even if we chop into the letters a little bit. Let's see, I'll try to get it right at the top here. Yeah, okay. That's not bad. All right. And so we'll look for another scrap ribbon. Let's see what I have that we can put with this one. Where's my little bin here? So we've got pink and blue. So I can still go with this blue one if I... Oh, that's a green one. Here's the blue one. I might go with that. Or, what else? I guess pink. I don't think I want to do pink, but let me see if I even have any pink. Got purple, yellow, white. Got some brown yarn. Where's that brown yarn? All kinds of stuff in here. Orange, yellow. I think I'm going to go with the blue because the only other color that would go with this is black, and I don't really want to use the black on this one because this one doesn't really have black on it. The other one had black on it. So there we go. Let's see, I would like to get the top even here before I put it through the hole. So I will show you soon what journal these are going into. But I'm having fun with it and doing something a little different, something I've never done before. Well, I've done the type of journal before, but this is in a different way than I've ever done it before. So really fun to do things like that. This is a little long. Let's cut this off a little bit. You can see where it was used before though. See how it's kind of wrinkled right here? That's because it was probably tied around something whatever I took it off of. I have no idea. Because some of these I've been collecting for many years. But I'm always adding to it. I just added this gold ribbon from something this Christmas. It was wrapped around something at work. I think we got something, a cake or a present or something. It was wrapped around that I got that had to do with work. So at my office. Okay, so let me show you what we did real quick. We made clothing tags, which I didn't know we were going to do. Here's all the little drawing cards that are the models' pictures. Here's our clothing tags. Pictures, clothing tags. There we go. Okay, so here's the little drawing cards. We have 2 of each one. So 2 of these, and with the pretty yellow, where we're going to have writing space on the back. 2 of these. And let's see, 2 of, I'm putting them all together. 2 of these, where the girl's cut off, face is cut off, and 2 of these. So awesome. And then our clothing tags, I'm going to call them. Oh, I put the holes on opposite sides? I did. Did I? Yeah. Yeah, but that's okay. Very interesting. I think these would look cute with jute twine too. I think they would look really cute with jute twine, but I like the ribbon. I'm going to stick with that. This is I like the blue and white on this one. I think that looks pretty. And the blue ribbon on this one. Very pretty. Okay, and we're done. Thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed that little craft session. I'll see you in my next video. Everybody have a great day, and happy crafting.